Alright boys and girls, in this video I'm going to go over how to get ungated on Amazon, how I got ungated on Amazon, and at the end I'm going to tell you the exact brands and invoices and products I use to get ungated on Amazon, so stick around for that. Alright, so I'm Canadian, I live in Canada, I sell only in the Canadian marketplace on Amazon, but what I'm going to say applies to America as well. I'm actually ungated in a category in the US using this method as well. So it works both ways, but if you're Canadian, I'm Canadian, this is exactly how you do it. All right, guys, later in the video, I'm going to go over exactly how I got ungated in different categories, what exactly I did here in Canada to get ungated, and I will be giving away a list of all the categories that I got ungated in the order I got ungated. There's like over 100 of them, so you can use that to try to get ungated yourself. And I will be giving away the exact product invoice pictures and the exact product I used to get ungated in various categories when I first started. So if you want all of that, there will be a link in the description to get what I personally use to get ungated. So go check that out. So pretty much, before I get into how you do it, if you don't really know exactly what it means or what it is, when you make a new Amazon account and you sign up as a professional seller account and want to sell FBA or FBM on Amazon, pretty much all the items on Amazon you're not allowed to sell right away. Amazon doesn't allow you to sell brands or certain categories because you're a brand new seller and they need to see credibility from you. They want to know that you're not just some Joe Schmo selling fake stuff that's coming in to make a quick buck and then leaving. They want to see that you're actually reputable and you're going to be following the rules and selling good product. So everyone starts off the same, gated in pretty much everything. Are there some things you're ungated in? Yes. But I remember it was so hard to find them, and when I did, they were just like weird products that I don't think even sold that well in the first place. So it's in your best interest, I think, to not even worry about trying to sell things that you're ungated in, at least in Canada. That's my experience. And just start getting ungated in things so you can sell better things faster. So before I start, I'm gonna show you in my computer an example of what I mean by you're gated and what it looks like to be gated, and pretty much the screen, so you know what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure I'm still gated in Nike, so I'm gonna go on a Nike item and pull up the listing and try to sell it, and we'll see what happens.
So this is exactly what you would see as a new seller if you're going on pretty much any product. If you just made your account and you're saying, why can't I sell anything? This is pretty much what you're going to see. So I'm going on this listing. It's a Nike listing, so it's the brand that I'm ungated in. When you first start, you're ungated in brands and categories. So for example, you could be gated in grocery. That means you can't sell in any product that's in the category grocery. Whereas brand means you're ungated in a brand. Like I'm gated. I'm gated in Nike. I might be able to sell shoes, different types of shoes, but I can't sell Nike shoes. So those are the differences between being gated in a brand and a category. But when you start, you are pretty much going to be gated in brands and categories. But it's better to get ungated in categories, obviously, because it covers broader products. So if you're ungated in, let's say, grocery, that's a lot better than just being ungated in, let's say, Coca-Cola. Because Coca-Cola is only one brand, but if you're ungated in grocery, you might still be gated in Coca-Cola, but you're ungated in pretty much all the other things. Like the top dogs, you'll still probably be gated in, whereas most of them you'll be ungated if you get access to a category via ungating. You might have a different interfaced software that you use. I use AZ Insights. That's why mine looks like this. You might have RevSeller or the other one, Seller something, but pretty much all of them will have an indicator that says if you're gated or not, and will have a button that you can click to apply to be ungated. So right here is my indicator. This red X, that means I'm gated. I cannot sell this. So the button I would click on my software is this one. Takes me right to my Seller Central portal, and from here is where I would try to get ungated. So as you can see, Nike needs to be approval. So let's request approval. Boom. Denied. So this is what pretty much will pop up for you. You'll be asked to upload a purchase invoice that has all of these things. The date on or after May 13th, 2024. So whatever day you happen to try to apply on, as long as this date will adjust according to whatever current date is for you. So it has to be within 180 days, your purchase invoice. It must include your name, address, and matching information in your selling account, which means the address and name that's in your Amazon selling account must match the address and name on the purchase invoice that you're going to submit. I'll go over the purchase invoice in a minute. Name and address of the manufacturer or distributor. So let's say I'm buying this from Nike Direct, it would say from Nike. If I'm buying this from an approved distributor of Nike, this distributor's name would be valid, because if Amazon goes to Nike and says, hey, Nike, is distributor X allowed to sell your stuff? This guy Thomas wants to sell it and he said he got approved from distributor X. Nike will tell Amazon, yes, Amazon, we give approval to distributor X to sell our products. Anyone who tries to get ungated with distributor X's invoices are good to go. So that's why you need to do from the brand or the distributor of the product that you buy. Show combined purchase of at least 10 units. So you must buy 10 of the same units on this invoice. So if I want to get ungated on this Nike shoe, I got to buy 10 of the identical same Nike shoes. So it shows quantity 10 on the invoice. Omit pricing, optional. You could put the price that you paid for it in or not. Please know we may have submitted. Okay, the last one is pretty much what I said before. They might go to the actual brand and say, hey, is this legit? Does this supplier check out? Do you sell to them? And then the brand will say, yep, they're a legit supplier. Anyone who tries to get ungated with them is approved. And then Amazon will go, okay, and then approve you. So you pretty much upload your purchase invoice and watch this video, and then click submit. And it will be a couple days for Amazon to review it, and then they will tell you if you're ungated or not.
All right, so that was what it looks like to go through the motions to apply to get ungated. Now, I kept mentioning purchase invoice. What is a purchase invoice? What is the actual thing that had all those requirements that I was talking about earlier? So a purchase invoice is pretty much like a receipt that you would get from a distributor, a supplier, or let's say a brand if you're buying from them in bulk, or you have an account with them. So what a purchase invoice is not is a receipt from a retail store. If I go to Walmart and I want to get ungated in Nike and I buy 10 of the same Nike shoes and my bill says Walmart, the address, the date, 10 times Nike shoe, and I submit that, Amazon will say, nope, you cannot do that. A purchase invoice is different than a receipt. An invoice is something that you get from a person that you have an account with. It's like when you pay your bills, you get a monthly invoice, your credit card statement. You have an account with these hydro companies that every month they show you the amount that you owe via an invoice or like a bill. That's what this is. So if you have an account with an approved distributor, let's say distributor shoe company. Let's say distributor A sells a bunch of shoes all over Canada. Distributor A carries Nike, Reebok. I would go to distributor and say, hey, can I open an account with you guys so I can buy shoes from you? And then I'll open the account with them, and then I will purchase 10 of these Nike shoes, 10 of these Reebok shoes, 10 of these Puma shoes, and then I'll use that invoice, which it could have different products on it as long as it has the one product that you're going for. I'll submit it to the Nike listing. I'll submit it to the Reebok listing. I'll submit the same invoice to the Puma listing in hopes that Amazon sees it, goes, yep, that's an approved distributor. This is an official invoice with my name, my address, the date, everything's good. I will approve Thomas to now sell these shoes. So that's how it pretty much works. You need to get an invoice. And an invoice, like I said, is not a receipt. It's not a bill. It must be from a distributor. It must be from a brand. Now, at the end of the video, I'm going to go over some places to get easy invoices because obviously you're probably thinking right now, where the hell do I get that? Who do I open an account with? How do I open an account? All right, so in the description of the video, I will have links to websites where apparently you could create an account, and it's easy to create an account, and then you could order products for whatever categories you're going to try to get ungated in, and then use the invoice from that website to upload and get approved. Now, I haven't, some of these websites I've heard like through forums and groups and stuff as I was coming up about last year, selling on Amazon. I haven't used them, but they're there if you want to check them out. Now, what I have done, I will go over what I have done right now to get Ungated personally myself. Two things I did. Lego. Lego's number one. So you can get Ungated in Lego, which is only one brand, but it's something. And I used it just to kind of see how the process worked. You can get it ungated in Lego by buying something from the Lego.ca store on their website. And then when you purchase the item, there's an invoice you could download on your account. And then that invoice you could actually use to get ungated. So what I would do is I would go on Lego and I would buy the cheapest thing and I would buy 10 of them. I bought like a Mickey Mouse keychain or one of those Disney keychains. You could find it on the website. Lego Disney keychains. They're like $2 or $3 each. Uh, Actually, I think they're like $9, but whatever. You buy 10 of them, it's like $100, and then you upload that invoice to try to get ungated in Lego, and I got ungated in Lego. So that's one thing I did. Another thing I did was the Amazon business method. Okay, so the two ways I got ungated was the Lego way, like I just described, and the Amazon business account way. The Amazon business account way, it's been a while since I did it, it's about a year. I heard it still works, but I heard there might be a little change to it. So let me describe what it is. So basically, what you can do is you can buy products on Amazon and then use the invoice from those purchases to get ungated on Amazon. But you got to do this very carefully because you could only do this if you purchase the products on an Amazon business account, and that account must not have Prime. You must buy 10 of the units like normal, and you must make sure that Amazon is the seller. So um, I'll show you what I mean by that right now.
All right, so what I mean by Amazon as the seller is this. So I'm just on a random thing here, listing, Bob's Red Mill. And if you go to the right side buy box, you see ships from and sold by. Every listing has a ships from and sold by. So it's pretty much always going to be ships from Amazon if you're FBA because you send it into the warehouse. And the sold by is the important part. So the sold by could be like my store name, your store name, anyone's store name. But you want to do this little Amazon business account method on a product that is shipped and sold by Amazon. So Amazon has to be the seller of the item for this to work.
So, lastly, these are just important points to know about getting ungated in Amazon. So, listen up to this. Um, the different categories you can start in, obviously, right? So, you might think which is the best ones to start in. I think I started in beauty and personal care, or health and personal care, something that I thought would be very broad, which it is, and grocery, which is also very broad. And there might have been one other one, but I can't remember right now. So I would, or maybe like pet food, something broad where if I got ungated in it, I knew there would be a lot of products that I could start looking through. Um, and to know what category certain items are in, just go to the listing itself and scroll down, and then where it says all the information about the product, it will say the category. It's very easy to find. Another thing to note is earlier when I showed you the Nike ungating process, I'll put it on screen now. When you click request to ungate, sometimes when you click that, it won't bring you up to the invoice upload screen. It'll just automatically ungate you. It'll just say, "Oh, your application to sell has been granted. You're good to go." Pretty much. That happens on like lower tier companies. I find like companies that aren't as like bricked up as Nike. That's like a big worldwide empire company. Like they're smaller companies. I find it more easier to get those sometimes, which is nice when you get those. But also, as you continue to sell, you will ungate very easily in a lot of things. So as I continued to sell, I found that when I would click the request to ungate, the screen that required me to have an invoice happened a lot less and a lot less and a lot less. So I was auto ungating more and more as I sold, and I think it's around like $40,000 in like lifetime sales is when you pretty much open the floodgates to be ungated in every category. So you'll never really have to upload invoices. Um, so I know ungating seems like a big thing when you first get started, but there's a lot bigger mountains to climb, and that was like not even a big thing at all. So just keep that in mind. As you sell, you'll get ungated and things faster. So don't think that, man, it was so much work to ungate in these categories, and I don't have to do this for every category. And like I said before, there's brands and categories to get ungated in. Grocery, once you ungate with one product and you ungate in grocery, then you're ungated in all the groceries. Toys is different. If I ungate in Lego, that doesn't mean that I'm ungated in Nerf, only Lego. It's not like you get ungated once in toys and every toy across the board you're good, because toy brands are a little bit more different than like a grocery brand. What else? Canada and the US. So denied applications and USA. You can use the same invoices in Canada to get ungated in the US market. I got ungated in groceries in the US using my Canadian invoice that I used. I haven't actually sold anything in the US. I just did it to do it. So that's the thing. And then if you get denied, but you know, like this is a good invoice, it's from a distributor or the brand, it has everything they asked for. Like I did this perfectly. I know I did this perfectly. Why did I get denied? Don't worry, just upload it again and keep uploading it until you get accepted because this is not like a bot automated thing. I'm pretty sure Amazon has real humans checking this. So maybe one guy doesn't like it for some reason, it's having a bad day and says no, and then the next guy says yes. I've remember specifically uploading a couple times on certain categories and then working it like the second or third time I got it. I know someone that we actually use the same pictures for our invoices because we use the same products to get ungated. She got ungated on things and I didn't. And we literally both submitted the exact same invoice and the exact same picture. And we both did it once. She got it, I didn't. And then I did it 2 or 3 more times, then I got it. So if you know for sure the invoice you're submitting is proper and you're getting denied, just upload it again.
Um, okay, and also something I just thought of. I'm recording this after the video, but so you need an invoice, correct? I don't see it here, but I'm very 100% certain. Maybe they took it out, so you guys let me know. But as well as with the invoice, you're supposed to as well as with the invoice, you're supposed to upload a picture of the actual products themselves, like a clear picture of the products. Um, oh, you know what it was? Okay. So as well as with the invoice, you also have to. What I had to do is I upload a picture of the products. I don't see it as here, so maybe they took it out. You don't have to upload the picture; you just have to upload the invoice. But when I did it, you had to upload the picture of the products as well, taken very clearly. You have to be able to see the whole product very clearly. If it was a grocery item, you had to see the expiry date very clearly. So I have all my pictures still. At the end of the, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, there's a link in the description. If you fill in your email, I will have an email sent out to you with the exact pictures that I used to get ungated when I started out in Amazon, as well as a list of brands and categories that I got ungated in the order I got ungated in them.
Hopefully, I didn't miss anything. If I did, put in the comments. I'll help answer it. Like I said, if you guys want pictures of the exact items I used to get ungated and the categories I got ungated in, as well as a list of all of the brands and categories I got ungated in the order I got ungated in them, please find the link in the description. You just put in your email and then I'll have that email automatically shot off to you so you can use all that while getting started on your Amazon career. And another thing is I've had a lot of people hit me up about asking questions and getting advice, and I don't have time all the time to help everyone at the drop of a hat. So if you're interested in having like a little consultation with me, a one-on-one, I'll have a link in the description as well where you could book a one-on-one consultation with me. I'm not a pro yet. I don't claim to be a pro, so I'm not going to be charging crazy prices out the roof. But it's just a little something to help me, and also so I can give my full attention to you one-on-one. You could book half hour, full hour, whatever you want. So every link will be in the description for that. Um, and I think that's it. So see you guys on the next one. Okay, so those are the two methods that I use, the Amazon business method and the Lego method. Like I said earlier in the video, I will email you guys a list of either brands and categories and both that I remember when I first started out, every time I got ungated in something, I would add it to a list and I would say if it was an auto ungate or if it wasn't an auto ungate. So I don't know how much use that would be to you, but if you're interested to see the brands and categories that I got ungated in the order I got ungated in them, um, then there will be a link in the description that you just have to fill in your email and then I'll have it emailed out to you, as well as pictures, because for the invoice, when you have to submit the invoice, fuck me, I